Hi. I need business cards for all the personnel in this building. And do you know the proper way? Obviously, in you guys' line of work, a healthy fear of the people is always a good idea. So I understand that nobody is going to give out their personal home addresses, and I get that. What is the proper procedure for serving each and every agent and agency that operates under a colorable title within these offices? Because I have to serve notice on each and every one of the people that are arbitrating this manufactured crime against me.
You want like everybody in this building?
Everybody.
Well,
You're
I don't
all
have a business card.
right. Okay.
Do you?
Nobody has business cards, but
I've never had any name.
that's okay.
I'm not that important.
I think
Right.
they don't have business cards.
So, what is the proper procedure for being able to contact each and every one of you via mail or process server? Is there a general location that each and every agent and agency receives mail for proper notification? Obviously, you guys aren't going to give me your home addresses, and I'm not asking that. What I'm asking is, what is the proper procedure for you guys all to be served a notice with that you can't abscond from? Because I've tried to serve the prosecutor with registered mail, and what he does is this nifty little trick lawyers like to use, which is, well, I don't have an obligation to pick that up. So we know that they use those little games, and I want to keep this, justice should be swift and fair. Equity sees that what should be done shall be done, and under the clean hands doctrine, everybody should be above par and on board with the equal protection of the law. So I just need to know how to serve everybody here for their conspiracy against my unalienable rights. What's that? I'm always filming because the corruption is never going to stop. There's nothing personally against you. It's just, I just need everybody's information so I can make sure to properly serve everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
No problem. My name is Derek, and I'm a man aggrieved by agents and agency who appear to be actively engaged in a conspiracy against my unalienable rights, which is a gross, egregious encroachment on even your rights and your offspring's rights. Because to allow public officials to encroach upon my rights also equally allows them to encroach on yours. So the objective here is to find peaceful remedy and the proper method for a process of service, knowing full on well that addresses will not be given. So I get that out of safety. I comprehend that. And I'm just looking for the viable way to execute a proper service on each and every agent and agency that is involved in this conspiracy against my unalienable rights.
I don't know the legal answer to that. You probably
Okay.
research it or talk to an attorney.
Sure, no problem. Is the clerk of the court for the county court here today? She won't be in today at all? Okay. All right.
Nobody will be in there today.
Well, I sure appreciate it. All right. Thank you, guys. No luck there. Let's see. Hi, how are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Greetings. I need a business card for Stephen Robert Bauer. You guys have those? Thank you. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Do you guys carry bonds and insurance here?
Hey, you think you can apologize for threatening violence on these guys?
When did I threaten violence?
Never come back here again.
I
Last
didn't.
time you came here,
I didn't threaten
what did
violence.
you say to them?
I didn't threaten violence on
What
anybody.
did you say to them?
I didn't
Last
threaten.
time you came here, what did you say to them?
I didn't threaten violence.
You said
on
to get
anybody.
something on here. You said, what did you say to them?
That's your perception.
What did you say to them?
That's your perception.
What did you say to them?
Hey, you're assaulting me.
What
know
did you
better
say
than
to them?
Assaulting me. You just.
What did you say to them?
Are you a prosecuting attorney? An agent?
What
Why
did you
are
say to them?
You just took my possession out of my hand. That was my.
It's
property.
my fault for being letting you get too familiar. But what did you say to them the last time you were here?
Why are you continuing to assault me?
I'm not assaulting you.
You just did.
I'm telling you to
Did you-
apologize for threatening violence against them.
I never threatened any violence.
What did you say to them last time?
I never threatened any violence.
Are you going to lie?
I'm not lying.
When you post this, don't forget to ask for money. And ask your mom to bail your ass out again.
You're presuming and assuming something that didn't happen, but you just
happened.
you just assaulted me.
Because what you said was,
That's your perception.
what you said is, do I have to beat your ass to get information out of this?
That is not what I said.
What did you
That
say?
is not what I said.
Yes, you did.
No.
Don't forget to ask
And
for
it was
money.
it was recorded. It was recorded. You
Really?
and you assaulted me just now.
Okay, that's fine. If that's what you think.
I know you just assaulted me. Can
Until you apologize,
I need your
get out of
business
here now.
I need your business card, please.
I'm telling you, you're going to deal with me as the man, not the county attorney.
Ouch.
Get out of here.
Why are you physically
Get
assaulting?
out of here.
I need your business card.
You're out of
You're physically assaulting me.
Don't ever come back here until you apologize.
That's physical assault. Wow. Physically assaulted. Now,
Ask for money. Tell them to give you some money. And tell your mom to help you out too.
huh. Physically assaulted. Based on hearsay, presumption and assumption of what they believed me to have intent of some sort. Interesting. Well, you saw it first. The card that was in my hand, physically ripped out of my hand, physically assaulted, and physically removed from a public building. Look at that. Now you see why I do what I do? Is it starting to make a little bit of sense now? So, I need to go ahead and move forward with my claim. Physically assaulted. That's interesting. It's interesting. He says that I'm dealing with him now as a man. Well, isn't that kind of unbecoming of a prosecutor? Let's just look at this for a second. If I was to do that to an agent and agency, I'd be going to jail for assaulting an alleged officer of the law. Let's see how quickly they are to move against somebody who just physically assaulted me, based upon hearsay. So I've never threatened anybody's life. I don't have a need to threaten anybody's life. You guys saw it. You guys are the witnesses. This is the nonsense that we're up against. You don't think your agents and agency are tyrannical? You just saw it with first-hand knowledge, and I hope you guys back this up, because Facebook will make this disappear. They're probably already on the phone with the governor and the attorney general. It was physically removed from the building. Well, how am I to enter the courtroom now if I'm not allowed back until I apologize to a public official for their interpretation of what I said? Interesting. Words don't even begin to explain this. Don't even begin to explain this. Unbelievable. All right. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Physically pushed me out the door with force, anger, aggravated assault. Removing me from a public building with absolutely no authority to do so. Blind rage. Do you think that man's non-biased? Fair? Do you think he's a lawful man? That was Stephen Robert Bowers, by the way, who operates under a false and fictitious unregistered name as Stephen R. Bowers, which he doesn't have a oath under Stephen R. Bowers. He has an oath under Stephen Robert Bowers. Just physically assaulted me. Well, I think it's time to travel to Lincoln, Nebraska. So is this claim that they're bringing against me more of a personal vendetta now? We're about to find out. It sure seems that way. These people allege that I threatened their life. It was recorded. It was on Facebook live while I was there. And that's not what I said. And it definitely was not the intent of the conversation. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. If you don't start standing up, you don't start doing the right thing, these tyrants, these bar association rats, think they can do whatever they want because they're above the law. Like I said, physical confrontation does not win anything at all for any reason. Alright? Let's see. Back this video up if you have the capability of doing so, because it won't last very long. Alright, I have some things I need to get done at this point, and we're going to follow procedure here. Because nobody should be assaulted, and the actions and the conduct that was just exhibited is unbecoming of any servant that works for us. Now he says, you're dealing with me as a man while we're in a public building for which he's being paid. How asinine is that, ladies and gentlemen? And what's the problem? I'm asking for a business card. I'm asking for bonds. I'm asking for insurance information. Now you want to become hostile and belligerent? Interesting. What do you think about that, FBI agents? You know, the ones watching? I find it interesting. So, give me just a minute here. I only have 3 duties. Make an observation, create a record, and report it. That's it. Amazing. Cooler heads always prevail. And there's no need for physical violence. I wasn't physically violent in there. I'm just asking questions. All of a sudden they want to get physically violent. I need to apologize to them for something that he's taken out of context clearly. And what's interesting about it is he wants me to apologize to them for something he does every day of his life as a profession, which is bring legal action against people. Do. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call assault and battery. Now, far be it from me to explain the law to the prosecuting attorney, but we learned this stuff in elementary school. You don't put your hands and your feet on other people. I don't care how emotionally charged you are about something you presume and assume happened at one point. Oh, yeah, this should only take about 15 minutes. Gotta hold tyrants accountable, right? Yeah, I was just physically assaulted by the Custer County Attorney, Stephen Robert Bowers, where I was physically accosted against my will and thrown, quite literally, out the door. And I'd like to lodge an affidavit, and I'd like to press charges.
And your name?
My name is Derek.
Derek?
Yep.
I don't have a deputy in the building.
Okay. How long before one shows up? I could meet him downtown and fill out any documentation as well. I understand during this COVID thing that having people in and out of your facility is probably not the best idea. So is there a location you'd rather meet me at for the safety of the inmates?
Can you hold on 1 second? I'm going to call him. He's actually in O'Connell, near O'Connell.
Sure, yeah. I'll just sit outside in the truck.
All right.
Thank you.
Do you have a phone number so that we can get a hold of you?
Well, yeah, 308-201-1139.
I'm sorry. What was it?
308-201-1139.
All right. And Derek, what was your last name again?
I'll give it in the report.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Dum, dum. Now watch how fast they probably try and trump up some charges against me over this whole deal to make this disappear. Because that's the actions of tyrants. There'll be some claim they try to bring. I'm bewildered by this whole thing. Why the need to be so hostile? So, now we wait. And if you could be so kind to back this video up, not sure what the camera all caught, but it's pretty evident. Yeah, I was just assaulted by the prosecuting attorney and actually thrown out of a public building by him physically. And I was actually on camera when it all happened. I was just asking for their bonds and their cards, and he literally physically assaulted me, grabbed me, threw me out the door, and you know, I'm going to have to move forward with pressing charges. I've never been, you know, even most officers have never been so brazen. So then he said, "You're dealing with me now as the man." I'm like, "Well, that's funny. You're accepting a paycheck. You're in a public building. You're removing me from that public building as I'm trying to get all the evidence I need in order to bring forward my claim. I'm just asking very politely for information in good faith, in good conscience, for good reason, to hold people accountable." So I'm sure he's up there trying to drum up some charges against me right now to justify his actions. But quite simply, all I was doing was asking for, you know, business cards, bond information, and so on and so forth. So when he... You're welcome. Look, we're all God's people. We're just trying to do the right thing.
Well,
And
you want to talk to this guy?
yeah, well, I was hoping the sheriff would be here, but if you're the one I need to...
Hanson Lincoln. He's the one in charge of this town, though. I mean, the police.
Sure.
It could be county. It doesn't really matter.
I don't have a problem. It pertains to the prosecuting attorney who just assaulted me, physically grabbed me, and actually threw me out of the door at the courthouse as I was trying to retain business cards and their bond information.
Okay.
And he came out and he's like, you know, spewing on about rhetoric and hearsay as he physically assaults me and says, "You need to get out of here. You're not welcome back here until you apologize." And I'm thinking to myself, this is interesting. And he rips the business card out of my hand, which is my property at that point. It was given to me. I accepted it. I received it. It's mine. Takes that physical card out of my hand, which is theft of my property, and throws it back into his office, and then proceeds to physically accost me against my will and push me out the door, which is assault and battery. And I'd like to press charges.
Well, I can have you write out a statement.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
I can go get a sheet for you and have you fill it out and just leave it here at the dispatch center. Or,
If you don't mind, are you going to go arrest him right now?
no, I'm going to go talk to him about what happened.
What's your standard protocol if, say, I grabbed somebody at a bar and I threw him out the door? Would you arrest me for that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Not if it's just pushing somebody out a door. Did he ask you to leave?
Is that not assault?
Pushing somebody?
Yeah.
Were you hurt?
Absolutely, I'm hurt.
Where are you hurt at?
All over. Look, it's not an ego thing. It's the fact that I was physically assaulted.
Were you hurt?
Yes.
Where?
Yes.
Where?
My entire body is hurt.
How would your entire body be hurt?
Because I was physically grabbed by a man and thrown out a building.
Well, either way, I go out and talk to the other party involved in it.
Okay, that's fine. So you're not going to arrest the prosecutor.
I'm going to go out and talk to him about it.
And it's not the prosecutor, it's Stephen Robert Bowers. He's just a man.
He's a county attorney.
Well, he's a man operating under a title. So yeah, if you want to give me that form, that wouldn't be a problem. What's your name and your business card? That way I have...
I don't have any business cards with me. My name is Captain Hanson.
Okay. Your first name, Captain Hanson? Dan. Okay, I appreciate you being cordial and forthcoming. If you want to get me that documentation, I'll go ahead and fill that out.
Fill it out exactly what happened when you're writing it out.
Certainly.
Try to use their full names instead
Right.
of like Mr. Bowers. Well, okay, who's Mr. Bowers?
No, I'll use their full name. Not a problem. Any other instructions?
Nope, that's it. Just fill
Yep.
it out and then drop it back off. Meantime, I'll go out and talk to him and see what happened.
Perfect. I'll wait for you to go ahead and grab me that form, and I'll fill that out.
Okay, great. I'll be right back.
Yep. That's fantastic. The double standard when somebody is alleged to be an agent and agency. I know full on well that there's no mutual combat laws anymore, and that when people get into physical altercations, they're both arrested. Yeah, not a problem. So on one hand, you have a jailer who comes out and thanks me for, hearing her plight and making a video to stop the calls coming in here and that were causing her hardship. And on the other hand, you got an officer that doesn't want to do his job because, well, it's prosecuting attorney. That's why titles of nobility are so dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be down in Lincoln, Nebraska here in just a little bit. All right? I'll be down that way. You just heard it from the horse's mouth. He ain't going to arrest. He's going to go have a talk with him. Going to have a talk with him. Well, I've got the video evidence. I'm willing to make an affidavit, statement of fact, under the pains and penalties of perjury, You know, injury doesn't have to be physical, ladies and gentlemen. So him absconding from doing his duty, saying, well, are you hurt? Of course I'm hurt. I just was caused an injury. A trespass just occurred by another man who sometimes acts as a prosecuting attorney who physically assaulted me against my will. Of course I'm hurt. It's unbecoming of public officials.
Okay.
All right. I'll go fill this out.
So what you need to do is just fill out all the information, put the date, place wherever you're filling it out. If you know, you can put BBPD there. It doesn't matter. Just put a time down, and then you then assign that'd be your name, your age, birth date, the day, the month, the year.
Okay.
And then I don't know where you were born at, like what city.
Okay.
Your current address, and then before answering any questions or making any statements, you can say Dan Hansen, a person who identifies himself.
It'd be
as
easier if you had a business card, so I don't misspell your name. You don't have business cards inside?
No, I'm all out.
How do you spell it? H-A-N-S-O-N.
And
And it's D-A-N-N, or is it just D-A-N?
Yeah, just D-A-N.
D-A-N, Hansen. All right.
So, and then just put down basically like you're making a book report exactly what happened out there.
All right. I accept your oath of office, and I look forward to hearing back from you, and I will get this filled out and returned.
Okay, great.
Thank you
All right,
much.
thank you.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So, now, I know for a fact, when I exonerated myself after being assaulted by officers, agents and agency, who were officers of the alleged law, enforcing military policies, that when I exonerated myself, I looked at the prosecutor and I said, so now you're going to prosecute the criminals, right? Because if I exonerated myself, the court found there was no wrongdoing on my end, and you equally and oppositely say that the people that accosted me against my will are criminals, are you going to be bringing charges against them? And I'll never forget what she said. It was so disheartening. Derek, my job is to protect the sheriff's department and the city and the county. And I'm not going to be bringing charges against those men. Well, that presupposes that you're here to protect everybody. That presupposes this, that you're doing your job efficiently and properly for the people's interest. We have rogue agents and agency everywhere. You just physically watch that. It's grotesque. It's sickening. Now, there's a book called False Arrest and Imprisonment. And when you read it, it tells you that a trespass, harm, doesn't actually have to leave physical bruises to be harm or a trespass. All right? So this agent and agency, Dan Hansen, alleging that, well, are you harmed? Of course I'm harmed. I'm a man aggrieved. A trespass just occurred by an agent and agency who's clearly rogue and for some reason doesn't want his business card or his bonding information exposed. He's probably a little agitated, and I'm speculating here, because I know that it's a trust. And his bar card is on the line, would be more than likely why he's agitated. I don't know. I'm speculating. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, you just seen an egregious crime afoot. Assault. But one of the things about being a public official is your conduct should always be on the up and up. Whether you're on duty, off duty, it doesn't matter. If you're an agent and agency, your conduct should be above par at all times. You should do the best you can to remain holding your composure and not physically assaulting people, which is exactly what he puts people in jail for. It's exactly what he puts people in jail for. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. My intent was pure in there to discover the way of executing proper process of service on agents and agency, because they don't like giving their addresses out. It's dangerous for them because the line of work they're in is stealing, lying, looting, and thieving from the American people. So naturally, they don't want you to know where they live. All right? Their place of domicile. So anyway, I'm going to go take care of these matters. You guys just saw it. The most egregious action I've ever seen exhibited by a public pretender whose ignorance of the law excuses no one, especially somebody who's been to school for 7 years and Lord knows how long he's been a prosecutor, prosecuting people for the very same actions that he just exhibited. If that doesn't cause you to question the confidence within the judiciary and within the local law enforcement, I don't know what the hell does. I don't know what does. Physically assaulted. So, anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Back this video up. I know they're going to take this son of a bitch down right away. They're probably already on the phone with the Attorney General and the Governor and trying to figure out how they can get a hold of Facebook to remove it, which is the destruction of evidence, by the way. And it wasn't that I was hiding the fact that I have a camera. I've got a little tripod thing that I'm holding in my hand to do this. So this is just, I'm bewildered at this point. I'm absolutely bewildered. Never did I suspect or think for a moment that this man would physically accost me against my will and assault me. That's mortifying. And if he's willing to do it to a man like me, don't think for a second he wouldn't do it to you. Because, yeah, needless to say, you witnessed a crime. Thanks for joining me. I'll get back with you guys later today. Somebody please download this audio video so we have it for our records. Greatly appreciated. You guys are witnesses to that. If you want to fill out an affidavit as to what you saw, we are live streaming. You witnessed it firsthand, being physically assaulted for asking for their bar card information, their business card, and their bonding information. I was physically assaulted and thrown out of a public building, for which you can't trespass me because you don't own it. So, we'll talk to you guys soon. Love you all.